Let's start about that collective soul remembering, because before we hopped on to this live, I told Rikkie that this is what Jimmy wants me to talk about. So, yeah, collective soul remembering the return of the ancient lands. I'm like, really? Are we doing a lecture? But to really summarize it, you're not summarizing, you're going to be channeling and telling me, okay, so right now, so many light workers are waking up with an urgency they can't explain. They're dreaming of temples, oceans, symbols, stars, and they're sensing timelines folding, soul memories flooding in, past life imprints resurfacing. Why? Because the earth is reactivating, and so are we. So we're basically in the middle of a vibrational shift that isn't just energetic, it's geological, ancestral, and galactic. Jimmy's one of my galactic, intergalactic spirit guides. But the earth is remembering herself and she's calling her keepers home. And that's why we're seeing, feeling a surge of remembrance connected to the ancient civilizations like Lemuria, Atlantis, ancient Egypt, Avalon, Mu, and Hyperborea, even distant start lineage like Cyrus, in English, I think you call it Pleiades, and Arcturus. So these aren't just mythologies, and basically they're encoded memory fields embedded in our DNA and the Earth's crystalline grid. And that grid becomes more activated, so do we. And what Jimmy reminds you is that you are a multi land, multi timeline soul. And you're not just one thing, and you're not just a Lemurian priestess or an Atlantean um, architect or an Egyptian scribe. You are all of them, and you have lived many lives on many lands in many forms, not just to witness the golden ages, but often to endure the collapse of them. And that's why this lifetime feels so urgent and so personal and so sacred. This is the timeline where we complete the cycles. That's why we talk about transformations and things ending. But we are here to transmit the karma. We are here to bring the codes into the body and not just into the mind. And this time, we do not flee. We stay, we ground, and we build. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about some of the civilizations and some of the signs that you might have a past life in those. And you can explore more. I would encourage you to not Google, but to really do automatic writing and rely on the guidance from the spirit world and trust yourself. But yeah, you can still go and search online. So Lemuria, heart intelligence and earth communication. Lemurian souls are awakening through frequency, not thought. You may feel it in your body before your mind can grasp it. So if you are from Lemuria, you're here to restore softness, to remind the world that power doesn't have to dominate, it can hold. You speak through energy, not ego, through listening, not performing. And Lemuria teaches us that the earth is not outside us, she is of us. And in this lifetime, your nervous system may feel fragile because you are recalibrating to the frequency of truth. Your system is saying, no more distortion, only resonance. So I want you to know, Jimmy wants you to know that you're not breaking down, you are remembering how to feel again. Okay. Then we have Atlantis, power, integrity, and sacred technology. And after 3 hours, I'm like, no, like 3 more minutes and I'm done. Atlantis was a land of brilliance, but it fell through imbalance. So Atlantean souls carry genius and grief. So this lifetime is about healing the misuse of power, yours or others. So if you feel drawn to sacred geometry, sound frequency, or grid work, if you dream of cities of light, of crystalline temples, those are just a couple of examples. If you've struggled with being too much or too intense, you're likely remembering your Atlantean self. And this time, you are not here to lead from intellect alone. You're here to blend technology with integrity, to be a lighthouse, not by force, but by frequency. Hmm. And then we've got Chem, ancient Egypt, alchemy, sound, and spiritual authority. Egypt isn't just a physical location, it's a spiritual initiation field. If you feel drawn to oils, incense, scrubs, sun rituals, or sound healing, you're likely reawakening a Chemite lifetime. And these were lives of precision, sacred service, and often silencing. So you might carry throat chakra trauma from vows taken in those temples to stay quiet, to protect truth, to hide power from the masses. And this life is your release from that. So you're meant to speak, to share, and to channel without censorship. And then we have Avalon, uh, the feminine mysteries and mist magic. Avalon is rising through the veils again. It's not gone, it's simply been cloaked. So if you dream of sacred wells, mists, roses, moonlight, priestess paths, you may carry the Avalon codes. These are souls who honor the spiral, not straight line. They work with the unseen, the subtle, the symbolic. So if you have ever felt exiled from your own power or misunderstood by patriarchal systems, you're likely here to reclaim your sovereignty through softness, to show that spiritual power doesn't shout, it hums. And you might have various past lives. And a couple of more because he's going to be speaking. Hyperborea, Mu, and I'll group them all together. And other forgotten lands, Jimmy. Group
Yes.
them all, please. So some of you are from even older places, lands that don't yet have names on this Earth timeline. Hyperborea, the polar star wisdom, Mu, the primal elemental frequency, and others remember Andara realms, crystal kingdoms, dream temples. So these aren't fantasy, these are soul truths. So if you feel disconnected from all current systems, but deeply connected to wind, stone, silence, and sky, you may be from these ultra ancient frequencies. You're here not to replicate them, but to seed their memory into the new earth. And finally, starseed lineages Cyrus, Pleiades, Arcturus, and beyond. So many of us hold those cosmic frequencies alongside Earth ones. If you have never felt at home on Earth, if you have always known there is more out there, if you are deeply sensitive to sound, light, or frequency, you're likely a starseed, a soul seeded from beyond Earth, incarnated here to be a bridge. And this time, your job isn't to escape, it's to embody, to bring the starlight into your daily breath, and to be a living channel for harmony between dimensions. So, what does it all mean to sum it up? You might be asking. Yes, Jimmy. These past lives, these ancient lands, they are not your identity. I, Jimmy, Spirit World wants you to treat them as your instruction. Each one offers you a piece of your full soul, technology. So you don't need to label yourself. There's a fly. You don't need to label yourself. You just need to listen to honor the parts of you that feel ancient, wise, emotional, and mysterious. You are the convergence point. You are the voice of whether Lemuria, the hands of Egypt, the heart of Avalon, the mind of Atlantis, and the soul of the stars, and the body of now. This life is the reunion. This is the life where you bring it all together. So I want you to basically watch it on a replay, and then it would be great for you to let us know in comments or maybe in DMs. Where do you have your past lives? What resonates with you? And this will give you so much guidance, because when we talk about past lives, Jimmy, stop. When we talk about past lives, it's about remembering your gifts, also remembering your shadows, being able to finalize certain things. But this lifetime is an opportunity for you to really alchemize various things from your past lives. So I'll stop here.
Thank you so much for that. As you were going through all the different
Not
places,
all.
well,
Not all.
not all. Sorry, Jimmy. Um, as you were going through this list, so many things were popping for me. Especially when you mentioned Egypt, right? I took a trip there in 2020 for my birthday. On my birthday, November 2nd, 2020, I was riding on a camel in the Sahara Desert. Um, there was nobody there. There was nobody there. It was just me, my homegirl, our camels, and our guide with his camel. And
Mhm.
it was just the most amazing thing. And I didn't realize the sacred land that I was on. Now, hindsight, almost 5 years later, I was like, whoa, the
Mhm.
pyramids, that land. Wow. And when you said it's like, I think you said it's like an initiation, a spiritual initiation. Obviously, obviously, I was there in 2020, and now I'm wearing crystals
Mhm.
around my neck.
Mhm.
And now I'm here, right? Yes. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for these messages. Yeah. So let us know in the comments where you think your past life has been from. Because, like you said, we've had many, many, many past lives.
Yeah, and it's about integrating. And I can guarantee you that the more you're going to reflect on that, the more you're going to sit with that or journal about that, you're going to feel so much more complete, because you can call in all of the parts of yourself from different timelines, from different energies. And by you incorporating it, healing, alchemizing, you'll feel so much better.